God is opening hearts to the truth of marriage. I was in an airport today and I met two beautiful women who are on their second marriages, and both had either recently or were planning to recently leave the second husband. I'm Dr. Christine Bacon. Thanks for watching this Bacon Bit. If you like what you hear, please like, share, subscribe, and please always, if you are able, consider contributing financially to my ministry in the link below. Buy me a coffee. So as fate would have it, I am planning to fly to Wisconsin for a Green Bay Packers game because I had a dear friend give us 3 season tickets for free. So I only had to buy a one-way ticket to meet my husband there. And we're going to watch the game and we're going to come home, drive home together. So thanks to the government shutdown, I got to the airport at 5 a.m. and stood in line for 45 minutes when I found out that my flight was delayed till 5 p.m. Before I had gotten to the airport, I said, Lord, help me get better at just following your will. Don't let me go to the left. Don't let me go to the right. Just let me fulfill your purpose. So they said, do you want to try and go on standby for 8:30? And of course, who wouldn't want to go on standby, which is only a 3-hour wait, and get there sooner than 5 p.m. So I checked in, got upstairs, went to the gate, and I sat there. There were these two beautiful women who, like me, weren't on their cell phones, which is quite impressive these days because everybody else was looking at their cell phones. They were laughing so hard that I made this comment that you two ladies are having way too much fun. And of course, that struck up a great conversation between the three of us. And these two beautiful women, after we'd spoken to each other for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, opened their hearts. And they told me what they did. I told them what I did. I save marriages for a living. They kind of laughed. It's like, well, we both failed twice, so could have used your help. So I asked them to proceed and share their stories. Here's a funny thing is that they had voted Democrat. I had not. They are Protestants. I am Catholic. And they were open to truth. And so as they told their stories, each of them had no hard feelings for their first husband. And I was able to convey to them, perhaps the second husband, because he's not your husband. It was a legalized state of adultery. The Lord is allowing him to be out of your life so that he could protect you. Now, that is some pretty radical stuff to say to people you know. So when you say that to a stranger, you don't always know what you're going to get. As a matter of fact, there was a woman sitting next to me earlier. And I said something about Jesus, and she just looked past it. And I thought, okay, there's someone who doesn't know God. You know, when you get that feeling because you reach and see what they think and they didn't say anything. So that these two women listened and said, I loved my first husband and he would love to get back with me. Both of them. So at least one of them will now be joining my standards meeting. We exchanged information. We hugged. We've already received text messages from them because they got on the standby flight that I didn't. God will put you in the places where he needs you to be if you're open to him. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. Be prepared for the suffering. You know, I'm stuck in this airport. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, with the government shutdown, it's going to make it crazy. And no matter where I went, to the front counter where the lady had a bunch of people behind them and everybody was complaining, I said, I teach anger management. Stuff just doesn't get me. Just whatever, I'm prepared for it all, whatever. To sitting up at the flight and okay, they called me up to get on, but they had rerouted me wrong, so I couldn't get on even though I was the next standby. But he allowed this opportunity to talk to these other people. I since have called my grandson. He picked me up. I'm at home and I'm waiting to leave at 5 p.m. So I thought I'd do this video real quick. These women are coming closer to God. God is, and they were close already. God is starting to reveal truth to a culture that has totally lost its way. And he's making people's ears open. These women or two. I mean, what are the odds? Usually you'd say one of them was, the other one wasn't. Both of these women, best friends, were hearing God. And they both had their children with their first, and we know their only husband. They didn't have children with their second spouses. And when I said it's perhaps because you weren't being blessed, you were in an act of adultery with the second man, and God allowed that. So you can go home to your first husband. Talked about the book of Hosea, how the Lord told Hosea, go back to your first wife, because I will hedge in her way with thorns and erect walls against her so that she cannot find her paths. She runs after her lovers, she shall not overtake them. If she looks for them, she shall not find them. Then she shall say, I will return to my first husband, for it was better with me then than now. So I will allure her. I will lead her into the desert and speak to her heart. From there, I will give her the vineyards she had and the valley of Achor as a door of hope. She shall respond there as in the days of her youth. On that day, says the Lord, she shall call me my husband, and never again my Baal. God is doing that. I mean, God's doing it for these two women. So I would say I was meant to be at the airport this morning. By the way, I got no email last night. I got no text. I got no phone call. They have it all. And ever since then, I've been getting texts from the airport saying, oh, you've been delayed. God wanted me there. So the first thing I want to say is please pray for these two women. Pray that they just remain open to the truth of God, and pray that they just keep walking into their very scary first marriages, not because their husbands were bad or brutal or anything, but because they had failed once. They wanted to make things work, especially for their children. And then second, I want you to ask the Lord that he put you today exactly where you need to be. Exactly where you need to be, and that you're able to receive it, even if it's a flat tire and it's annoying to your day, that you are able to say, you know what, Lord, send me someone. If I'm going to have this flat tire, let me fall within your purpose. Maybe you're going to be able to talk to the AAA guy that comes to fix the tire, or you have to go to the store and get a patch, or it gives you time to be on a phone call and talk to someone that needed to hear you. Just ask the Lord to make sure you don't divert anywhere to the left or anywhere to the right, and that you walk 100% completely into your mission this day. And then pray that again tomorrow and the day after. It's such a glorious opportunity for me. I didn't even mind being there. Anyway, if you have any questions, comments, I'd love to hear from you. Put it in the comments below. Oh, and don't forget, I do spiritual direction. If you need help, whether it's with your relationships, estrangement, family members, marriage, dating, the Lord has given me that mission, that gift, that skill. Contact me, Christine@breakfastwithbacon.com, or just go to my website, breakfastwithbacon.com. Find me there. I am Dr. Christine Bacon. You've been watching A Bacon Bit, and as always, remember to live your life sunny side up.